What is up, guys? Welcome to this new video. In this video I will show you how to do the new Typhoon quest line introduced in the latest patch for the Rise faction. By the way, if you're a new player or someone who hasn't entered a welcome code yet, or if you're returning after 90 days or more, you can enter my promo code for some free goodies that make sure that you start your journey in the zone right. Also, a huge shout out to the members supporting this channel. You make sure that I can keep making this content, so huge shout out to you guys. Anyway, let's get to the video. Alright, so for Rise, the NPC will be standing right here near the exit. So when we talk to him, he asks us if we've seen Herbarium. And he's gonna ask us to put some modules. There we go. So we gotta install the transmitter modules. These will be, well, essentially mostly Institute and the mines. So let's go do that real quick. Alright, so we're at number 1 over here. Open housing, insert module, and there we go. Let's get on to the next one. Alright, and here we go for number 2. Open housing, insert module. There we go. Gotta go to the next one, which will be just up here. So let's head on over there. Alright, and then for the last one, it will be right over here. So let's open the housing, insert the module, and then we're good. So now we gotta go back to Timchenko at the base. He also, tells us through a radio message, but obviously we know what to do. Alright, we're back at the base, and for some reason he moved behind this corner. Oh, because he's here with another one. Okay, Max is here. Right, let's see. Alright, so we have to try to find out who was the perpetrator. You can ask maybe Frontier, what about Covenant, or what about bastards from the mainland like SSPP or Zifkas. I do have some suspicions. Heard anything about Typhoon yet? So yeah, this quest is gonna be about Typhoon obviously, so we knew that was the answer. Alright, there we go. Now we get the quest Invisible Attack. So we gotta find the repeater, which should be right here on the hydro station, so let's go there. Alright, we're at the hydro station and we need to go to the highest point, so we just run up these stairs. We're not gonna run all the way to the top. We're gonna have to get out here. We're gonna climb up this ladder. And then we're not gonna run to the roof of this thing, but we are gonna go to this thing. You see the flare over there? That's where we need to get. Now, depending on how much speed you have, this jump will be easier or harder. But yeah, anyway, I'll go like this. And there we have the relay station. Connect Max's device. We get some stuff, then turn off the device. And we get following the trail of radio wave breadcrumbs. So now we have to find the receiver antenna, which will be all the way over here in mines. So let's head on over there. So once we are at the warehouse, we're gonna cross to this side. We're gonna walk right here next to the warehouse. Climb on top of this fence. Climb on top of this little roof and then jump to grapple onto the other roof. And then we're gonna jump on the roof of the warehouse like this. And then we have the antenna right here. So again, interact with it, connect Max's device, turn off the device. And then we have a new quest, preparing the raid. We get called by Max. So we have to go back to the Institute. So let's go there. Alright, so once we get in again, we will have Max standing right here. So let's talk to him. And he tells us he's sure it was Typhoon. And we have to use a tranquilizer on their headquarters. So what do we do now? Not by force, but by wit we'll take him. So we gotta talk to Timchenko. He will be upstairs, so let's go up the stairs. And he should be right here in one of these little rooms. Yeah, there we go. Talk to him. We need to synthesize a sleeping agent. Can you do it? And he says he needs some local herbs, acid nettle, water carrier, and gnosis. So we have to bring that to him. We have to bring him 20 acid nettle, 20 water carrier, and 10 gnosis. Luckily, I already have a bunch of them in my storage, but if you don't, you can find them in the open world. They're the little plants that you can just pick up. You can find them in both Institute and mines. For the gnosis, it's best to just go to the mines, because as far as I'm aware, they might spawn in Institute, but very rare. So I would just go to mines where you can find a lot more of them. So now that we have the plants, let's head back down, because he will have moved laboratorium. Here we go. Give it to him. Observe in silence. And there we go. We got the gas that we needed. And he tells us that we have to wait a minute or two before we go into the room so we don't fall asleep ourselves. So we have to make sure that we remember that. Now we have to put the Typhoon fighters to sleep. We can find them here in that warehouse again, so let's head on over there. We just go up the stairs on the other side again to the little house next to the warehouse. Interact with it and slip the hose from the cylinder into the gap. Then we wait. You spend a few minutes waiting, listening to the sounds coming from behind the door. A couple of minutes later, you hear unintelligible voices and noises. After some more time, the sounds died down. So let's go in. Alright. So now we're inside. Let's see if we can find some extra stuff. Alright, let's interact with this first one. Knock the weapon out of the hands. He says they're preventing a mistake. What are you talking about? We need to stop him is what he says. I think you're delirious, but we'll make you talk. You'll tell us everything soon enough. Do whatever you want, I do not speak. And he passes out. Let's check this guy. He's sleeping. Oh, and there's more people. They're getting mad at us for doing this. And he says, alright, yeah, you shouldn't have done this. You shouldn't have gone with Max. Max was just supposed to fix the network vulnerability, not go onto a whole investigation. Now we need to talk to the guests since we have started this. So Herbarium is gonna take us back to base. We can talk to him and say, let's go to the base. So then we get time to answer for it. We have to talk to Granitsky. He's outside. And he tells us a bit more about Typhoon. He says Typhoon is in a way separate from the SSPP. More precisely, it's influenced by not only our Security Council, but also by the gentlemen directly involved in its creation. Not that I'm happy about it, but the situation forces us to put up with it. Nevertheless, the last thing SSPP needs right now is an escalation of the conflict with the Stalker contingent. That's not in anyone's interest. However, lately, Typhoon has seemingly gone crazy. They're clearly afraid of something. The Typhooner said something about danger. Not surprising, they only take out professionals. He probably wouldn't have cracked even if you tortured him. And he just asked to not stir the pot more and to just leave it for now. We then get a call from Max. Are you already at Institute? Come over to the workshop, I need to talk to you. There we go, well hello to you too. And he gives us this reward as a sorry for our troubles. So we get 225,000 rubles, 5 epinephrine, 5 geyser vodka, 3 biopatch, 5 strength simulator, 5,000 season points, 3 tactical stockpiles, 5 advanced spare parts, 10 advanced tools, and 5 schizoyorsh. Honestly, a pretty decent reward for how fast this quest is, so yeah, pretty nice, I'll take it. Then we say good luck with your work, and that will be the end of the quest as far as I'm aware. Alright, that was it for this video. It was a pretty short quest, but the reward was pretty nice. Let me know down below what you thought of this quest. If this video was helpful to you, don't forget to leave a like as it does help out the algorithm, and subscribe if you haven't yet. If you're interested in more Stalzone content, like guides and quests like this, I upload Stalzone content at least once a week, oftentimes even more, so be sure to check that out. Anyway, if you want to watch some more Stalzone content, you can click here on the left for some gameplay content, or you can click here on the right for a video that YouTube thinks you will like. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the zone, stalkers.